Completely exhausted, Jin Tae-Kyung drags himself up the stairs. Out of breath, he tells himself that he's almost there. Just one more climb to the 4th floor, and he'll finally be done. When he reaches the apartment, Tae-Kyung meets his friend. The heavy bag on his back contains a gaming console, and Tae-Kyung is here to sell it. He needs money. Badly. His friend barely glances at the console before dismissing it as junk. That immediately irritates Tae-Kyung. He snaps back, pointing out that his friend didn't even bother to look at it properly. The friend laughs and shrugs it off, saying that trash doesn't need careful inspection. According to him, you can tell at a glance whether something is worthless. Tae-Kyung knows his friend is being blunt, but he can't argue too much. Right now, he really needs the cash. Sighing, he admits that he's desperate. As the conversation continues, the tone becomes tense. Tae-Kyung clenches his fists, clearly frustrated. Sensing this, his friend quickly reminds him of the law governing awakened beings. Hunters are forbidden from using violence against normal civilians. That only makes Tae-Kyung angrier. He points out the hypocrisy. This same friend once said that an F-rank hunter like him shouldn't even be considered an awakened being in the first place. The friend laughs it off, pretending he doesn't remember saying that, probably blaming it on being drunk. Tae-Kyung decides to drop the argument. His friend then warns him that if a guild heard about him assaulting a civilian, he'd be fired immediately. Tae-Kyung calmly responds. He's already been fired. Earlier that day, as soon as he arrived at work, the team leader thanked him for everything he had done and let him go. Tae-Kyung became a hunter because his late father was one. Even though he lacked talent and was stuck as a low-rank hunter, he took pride in his work ethic. Through sheer effort, he managed to pay for his mother's medical treatment and support his younger sister. But now, it feels like everything he built over the past 7 years has completely fallen apart. Seeing his mood, his friend suggests they drink together. He jokes that this is what older brothers are supposed to do in times like this. They bicker briefly about who's really the Hyung, then agree to drink until they forget everything. That night, Tae-Kyung drinks himself unconscious. As he drifts in and out of sleep, his thoughts turn to the past. On January 1st, 2015, humanity was not welcomed by a new year, but by disaster. Gates, also known as dungeons, appeared all over the world, connecting Earth to other dimensions. Monsters poured out, starting a brutal war between humans and creatures never seen before. After years of victories and defeats, the war finally ended on January 1st, 2020, when the great demon king Amadeus was slain. That day became known as Victory Day. After that, monsters stopped coming out of the gates. Instead, hunters entered them to hunt remaining creatures and sell the loot. Most hunters were awakened beings, humans who had surpassed normal limits and were ranked by power. Among them, Tae-Kyung stood at the very bottom, an F-rank hunter. Soon the world wouldn't even need hunters like him. He wakes up later with a splitting headache. As he looks around his room, he notices a strange, bulky capsule he had almost forgotten about. Too lazy to sell it, he considers throwing it away. Before doing so, he notices a user manual attached to it. The printed date reads January 2020, the year the war ended. Confused, he dismisses it as a printing error. After all, who would build something like this during that chaotic time? Exhausted, he climbs into the capsule, thinking it might at least block out noise. Finally, some peace. As he lies there, his thoughts return to reality. Starting tomorrow without a guild, he'll have to line up early at the commission office just to find work. Guildless hunters are treated harshly and charged massive commission fees. Still, as long as his mother and sister can live safely, he's willing to live like a dog. But fear lingers. How will he pay the rent now? If his father were still alive, would he know what to do? Believing he's done everything he can, Tae-Kyung closes his eyes. Suddenly, a system message appears. Player recognition in progress. Unidentified player detected. Registration completed. Before he can respond, the system continues automatically. Would you like to enter Murim? Login time exceeded. Entering automatically. A cold sensation runs through his body. Tae-Kyung jolts awake. The room is gone. Confused and panicked, he looks around. Where is he? The last thing he remembers is coming home drunk. A beautiful woman stands nearby, speaking in a language he doesn't understand. Before he can react, another message appears before his eyes. You have an unread message. Would you like to view it? Tae-Kyung stares at the screen in disbelief. What the hell is this?